Hey, what's going on, people? Knowledge here. A lot of you guys been asking where I've been at or whatever. I haven't really been anywhere, in particular. Just been living life, doing my day-to-day activities. And to be honest with you, I just haven't really felt like doing a YouTube video in a while. Sometimes you do these videos and you do have to step back and just observe and, take a break from YouTube because it does get time consuming sometimes, and then sometimes you just don't feel like doing a video, point blank period. But I'm cool. A lot of people thought maybe I got false flagged or something like that, but no, I'm good out here for now. Y'all know how these people try to come at the black YouTubers, especially around the holidays and the beginning of the year. So just keep watching. I'm still out here. I'm still keeping this movement going. And for you guys that want to interact with me when I'm not doing videos, I do have a Facebook group page where I interact with you guys a lot and post certain things, and the link will be in the description box if you guys want to add my Facebook group page. But I was online earlier and I ran across some comments that Spike Lee had made regarding black on black crime. Now, Spike Lee is out here in the media and everything, because he has this new movie out called Chi-Raq. And in my previous video, I told everybody that a lot of people don't understand that his movie chi-raq is based off of a Greek play, and it has a lot of satire, and a lot of times people don't understand comic relief that it is in the form of satire. So I told everybody, chill out, just don't jump down this man's neck or say he's representing Chicago wrong or, blah, blah, blah. Let's sit back. I didn't make too judgment, not too positive, not too negative. But I said sit back and let's wait for the overall project to come out so that we can have a better, more, I would say, intellectual perspective of it instead of just jumping down this man's throat or saying it's good or saying it's not that good simply off of a trailer. But, I saw some comments that he made about black on black crime, and, he basically played into the same narrative that a lot of these media coverages have been saying about how black people need to focus on quote unquote black on black crime and not be out here pushing the Black Lives Matter movement or talking about police brutality and a heavy force. Now, I want to clarify that Spike Lee didn't say that he didn't support black on black crime. Not black on black crime. Black Lives Matter. He didn't say he didn't support that. He said he's all for that, but he made some comments that, it did disappoint me because, like I said before, I have a lot of respect for Spike Lee for the fact that, he does speak up and he's not afraid to speak up about certain things. But also, we have to be careful about the things that we say on a public forum because you got a lot of people who will use that not only against you, but against the entire black community. And I think far too long we've allowed not only people within our community, but people outside of our community to basically try to, turn our focus away from what's really going on out here and saying, oh, well, you guys have black on black crime and there's, crime in Chicago right now, crime in California, crime in New York, and you guys need to just focus on that instead of police brutality. This is something that we've been hearing, on and on and on, basically to change the focus off of what we really need to be focusing on. But here's a quote that Spike Lee said. He said, we cannot be out there protesting, purporting police violence, and then when it comes to young brothers killing themselves, no one's saying nothing. It's got to be both ends. Now, here's the issue I had with Spike Lee. I'm not saying that, we don't have, violence in some of our communities, but there's also violence in white communities, there's violence in Hispanic communities, and every community down the line. And I think for a long time, before we even start talking about police brutality heavily again, or talking about certain crimes that are going on, we've been advocating for years about the crime that's in our community. I can go back to when I was in LA as a youngin', around the 90s, and you had all type of groups and people out here marching and, doing all types of stuff to stop the gang violence that was going on, black folks committing crimes against each other, etc., etc. There's still programs out here in a lot of these communities that you don't always hear about, or you don't always see on TV, because a lot of people don't think things don't exist unless they see it either on social media or they see it on television. There's a lot of different organizations out here and programs that are trying to and have been doing for the last 10, 15 years to keep down a lot of the crimes that happen within our community. Now, we got people out here that, have all these different tactics about what we need to do. Some people talk about the National Guard. Some people talk about, creating, different, bringing repetitive sports, because, they think Negroes, all we want to do is play sports. We don't have the intellectual ability to be able to do anything else but play sports. They talk about building a football team or a basketball team, or, they say, well, we need more white teachers, or, et cetera, et cetera. And, I think that a lot of the tactics that people are coming up with, whether it's from bringing sports or, just bringing maybe an after school center in the community, or bringing a National Guard in, or, I think a lot of these tactics are tactics that we've used before that did not work, because we've seen all this before, and the same stuff is going on. We still got an influx of drugs coming in our community. We still have violence amongst one another. We still have a lot of negative things that are going on in the community, but people are talking about these same tactics. And I think we need to go after what's really going on in the community, which is people bringing these illegal drugs, illegal guns in the community, selling it to these impressionable kids, and they're going out here and they're committing crimes against each other. Because like I said before, if you never come from an impoverished neighborhood, I'm one of those guys that come from those situations. If you've never lived in those situations, you don't understand what it's like to, grow up in a single parent household, and you seeing your mother hold down 2-3 jobs. She doing the best she can. You open the refrigerator, it's no food in there, but you got your brothers or your sister hungry. You're a young man, and you like, damn, I can go out here and I can slay this bird, or I could sell these guns, or I could do this and get a couple $100 to take care of my family, even though that's not the right thing to do. Because of the situation and environment and the lifestyle that a lot of these brothers have been contained into, they don't know how to go another route. So you got other characters bringing this stuff within the community that are basically using these impressionable young men and young women to terrorize their community. And I'm not putting it all on, everybody else, but I'm saying that is the number one issue that we have going on. We got school systems that are not doing their jobs. We have police within the community that are not doing their job, that are just basically coming to the community to terrorize people and collect a check and go to another neighborhood. We got the prison industrial complex. We have lack of jobs, lack of opportunities out here. So there's a lot of different sources and things that contribute to the things that go on within the black community. And a lot of people don't talk about that. They just want to talk about, we got black folks out here killing each other. And I think Spike Lee was in the wrong for talking about quote unquote black on black crime, which there's no such thing as black on black crime. Talking about that and basically saying, you guys are only talking about police brutality, or you guys are yelling Black Lives Matter, etc., etc. But what about the crime that's going on in the community when we've been addressing that shit for years? I don't know why you got media sources out here, or black folks out here, that don't know the effort that have been taken into place to stop violence that's been going on in these cities. But see, what's happened, and I think it's because of, the Trayvon Martin joint, and, you had, what's the guy, Mike Brown. You've had a lot of these things happening to me where black folks are sitting back like, you know what? Yeah, we have some issues going on within our community, but there's a bigger issue that's going on outside of our community. There's an issue with vigilantes taking us out and getting away with it. There's an issue with police brutality that everybody is sweeping up under the rug. There's an issue with police using bad conduct towards the citizens within that community. There's an issue with people flying drugs and illegal guns over to put in our community. There's an issue with our education. There's an issue with our government not giving a damn about us. There's other things that are going on that are contributing to our dysfunction. And I think black folks are waking up like, hey, you know what? Yeah, we got issues going on in our community, but we also need to attack what's going on outside of our community, what's contributing to the dysfunction in our community. And that's pissing a lot of people off. That's why you got people out here like Don Lemon and Stephen A. Smith and all these other characters out here that the minute you bring up police brutality or you bring up injustice things that are happening to black folks or unjustly killings, first thing people want to bring, oh, what about black on black crime? You guys need to talk about black on black crime before you speak on anything else. And, you know, I'm disappointed in Spike Lee because Spike Lee's always been one of those guys that understand the full picture, understand what's going on out here, understand why we are speaking up for certain things, understand what the full movement of the Black Lives Matter movement is. And I want to clarify that Spike Lee didn't, you know, diss Black Lives Matter or say he doesn't, you know, support anything. He actually said in the article that I'll leave in the description box that he did support Black Lives Matter. But I'm disappointed in the brother for coming out here and basically saying black folks speaking the same words that a lot of these racist ass media heads out here say, oh, well, you guys need to be focused on black crime. So, you know, I just wanted to come out here and you know, put my people up on game. And, you know, we got, you know, cats out here like Spike Lee pushing that same narrative, trying to change us away from what's really going on out here. And it's basically my personal encouragement. Black folks that are out there that are speaking about police brutality, that are out here fighting against this bullshit that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Don't change your focus. Don't change your focus because you got people within our community or people outside of our community that's saying we need to focus on black crime or quote unquote black on black crime. When they tell you to focus on it, you tell them to focus on white crime and every other crime that's going on in every other community. Because like I've said before, what people fear is that black people are coming together. You got a lot of people out here, especially the youngins, that are becoming conscious about the world that we live in. That scares the hell out of people. And that's why they're talking about you guys need to focus on something else. But I'm going to give Spike Lee the benefit of the doubt, given his history, because he has always been someone who has spoken up for the black community. But for you guys that are out here, you know, using the white media's talking points like what Spike Lee is doing, you guys need to turn off the TV, stop doing what you're doing, you know, get off of Pornhub, whacking off and all that, and find out what's going on in your community. Find out what activists or what programs are out there that are trying to prevent crime against blacks or quote unquote black on black crime. Find out what's going on in your community, because a lot of people come out here and talk shit and don't even know what's going on in their backyard. And, you know, if anything, I'm more pro of getting brothers and sisters that are from these communities to get trained, get licensed to patrol the community that they live in. We don't need some old fat ass, you know, Krispy Kreme donut retired cop to come in our community and patrol it and terrorize it. We don't need some old ass, you know, army vet or some asshole that didn't get to fire his pistol when he was in the army coming to our communities, getting ready to shoot anybody down that he feels like deserves it. We need to come up with new tactics and new ways to patrol our communities, somewhat of what we had during the Black Panther Party, but more intellectual and more prepared for outside sources that are going to come in and try to infiltrate what we have going on. It's time we start getting people in the community that give a damn to patrol these communities. Not these people that don't never even experience that type of lifestyle, don't even live in the community. We need people who give a damn. That is what is going to change a lot of things that's going on in the community and stop these assholes from killing random people, kids, and innocent bystanders. You get your shit in line or you end up 6 feet in the ground. The people in the community have to become the gangsters. That's all I got to say. You guys give me your feedback.